Call hello, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakam Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before us and taught us its truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. My brother Yahshua back with the World War III update. All right. And let's quickly get Habakkuk. Two. Salakia, bear with me. Habakkuk 2 and 3. Start at 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me up upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say to me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. All right, so we're watching. All right, so every day we're going to let you know what's going on, inch by inch. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So we're writing it. It's written, and we're running because we have the understanding. All right. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. What shall speak? The prophecy shall speak, and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right. So here we are. We're in that time. Okay. We're at the appointed time. What appointed time? The end. What's speaking? The prophecies are coming to pass in our face. What prophecies? Joel. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right? We're watching that go on right now. All right, so let's watch a few videos. This is Deep Journalist video channel. An hour ago, immense attack on U.S. bases. Voices were heard, one after the other. What the hell does that mean? Voices were heard one after. Let's watch this.
This new $20 tracking device.
Here we go.
Welcome to the Deep Journalist. You can subscribe to our channel to be informed about military developments in the world. The leader of the Iran-backed Iraqi militia pledged to retaliate with the United States for the deaths of 4 of its soldiers in a U.S. airstrike on the Iraq-Syria border last month.
Okay, so we're dealing with Iraq. All right, when they say immense attack on U.S. bases, where are these bases? Right here in the U.S.? No, they're in Iraq. All right? Because they have some of the largest bases, military bases in the world. The U.S. does, in the country of Iraq, as a jumping off point for the battle of Armageddon, held down in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Middle East, all right?
Saying it would be a military operation that everyone will talk about. The commander of this army also said that the newly elected Iranian president will strengthen the Iranian-backed militant groups. In the next 4 years, the Middle East will become more active.
The Middle East. That's the valley of Jehoshaphat. And it ain't going to take no couple of years. It's going to speed up. The Most High is shortening the days.
Al-Wali, who rarely gives interviews to foreign media outlets, spoke with a P news agency in an office on Monday. On June 27, U.S. Air Force aircraft launched airstrikes on the Iraq-Syria border against the Pentagon's facilities used by Iran-backed militia groups to support drones inside Iraq.
Okay, so they have bases all over the area. Why does the United States have military bases in Iraq? Well, that's when they went in there and what was it, 02, 03? Right after the Iraqis had nothing to do with 9/11, so that's the first place they went? Or did they go to Afghanistan first to secure the poppy fields? Which one was it?
4 militiamen. He said they would avenge these attacks. Now they have started these attacks. U.S. bases in Iraq are under heavy attack. There are many attacks in a row. The first attack started a few days ago. Soldiers in eastern Syria came under rocket fire the day after the airstrikes and no casualties were reported.
Don't let this fool you into believing that this is not World War III. This is World War III. All right? Before they officially declared that they were going to war in Vietnam, they were there years before. Oh, well, we're advisors. Advisors, my ass. They were there in I believe, the late 50s. Certainly the early 60s. Oh, we're advisors. Oh, now we got to bring the troops in. You were already there.
The U.S. has blamed Iran-backed militias, mostly rocket attacks, for attacks targeting the American presence in Baghdad and military bases in Iraq. More recently, attacks have become more sophisticated as militants use drones. On Monday, rockets hit the Ain al-Assad Air Base, a military facility in Iraq that houses American troops. Army Colonel Wayne Maroto, spokesman for the U.S.-led coalition in Iraq, tweeted that the attack did not result in casualties. Even without human casualties, Monday's clashes highlight the risks associated with the continued U.S. military presence and continued military engagement in the Middle East. The attack came just a week after President Joe Biden launched an airstrike on facilities used by Iran-backed militias in Iraq and Syria on June 27, which
sounds like Iran and the United States are fighting over Iraq. Okay? And we're supposed to have Iraq secure. Let's see what else is going on here. All right, this is S-400 open fire in the Black Sea. That's Russia. All right. And probably the UK. Let's look at this real quick. Slovakia.
as tensions rose between NATO and Russia in the Black Sea. After the start of NATO exercises in the Black Sea, Russia activated the S-400s in the Crimea. A few hours after the S-400 was deployed, a passenger plane disappeared from radar. The Russian Black Sea Fleet said several S-400 batteries and the Pantsir surface-to-air missile system were activated for training checks. It also announced that it has deployed 20 warplanes and helicopters, including Su-27 air defense warplanes, in the Black Sea. The Russian army said that S-400 and Pantsir air defense systems will be used for target detection and hitting targets. In the S-400 exercise, it was planned to work in special settings to maximize the radar detection range and hit its target at ultra-low altitudes. While the S-400 was operating in these special environments, some analysts said there was a possibility that the missing passenger plane was shot down by this air defense system. So Russia shot down its own passenger plane? First of all, it is known that there were more than 20 passengers on this passenger plane. The plane, which departed from the city of Kamchatsky to Polana, was disconnected in the Kamchatka region. It is certain that the An-26 passenger plane crashed into the sea in the Kamchatka region. Russia sent 2 helicopters and a research plane to the region. But is it true that this plane was shot down by the S-400 in Crimea? First of all, there is a distance of 7,850 kilometers between the Kamchatka region, where the plane flies, and the Crimea. In other words, the rumor that the passenger plane was shot down by the S-400 is completely unfounded. It was confirmed 28 passengers
It sounds like war and rumors of war. Listen to that again.
and the Crimea. In other words, the rumor that the passenger
The rumor,
kilometers between the Kamchatka region, where the plane flies, and the Crimea. In other words, the rumor that the passenger plane was shot down by the S-400 is completely unfounded. It was confirmed that 28 passengers on the plane also died. It is still unknown why the plane crashed. Why did the S-400 come into play? After the recent events in the Black Sea, Russia opened harassment fire on the British ship, while Britain denied that.
on the British ship. So how did I know that it was England, the UK? All right? Because we're keeping up. This is the Watch channel where we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together through the scriptures, all right? So, and they said what they did was they tried to hide it in the beginning by saying NATO, all right? But then now it's coming out that, I'm over the target. All right, so enough. All right, let's check one more channel here. Let's check this secret files. All right, let's look for some recent activity. 21 hours, this was yesterday. 5 hours. Iran says minor damage from June nuclear site. All right, sabotage mission. So, I mean, all of this, and you know that was Israel, or the Israelis, okay? And here, barrage of rockets fired at air base housing U.S. troops. That's confirming Iran is chasing down the U.S. in Iraq, all right? Let's check this out.
Can your ship?
So, the war is going down in everybody's face, if you care to know.
Barrage of rockets fired at airbase housing U.S. troops in Iraq. At least 2 people wounded as 14 rockets hit Ain al-Assad airbase in western Iraq, the U.S.-led international military coalition says. At least 14 rockets have hit an airbase in western Iraq that is hosting U.S. and other international forces, slightly wounding at least 2 people, according to the United States-led military coalition in the country.
U.S.-led coalition and other forces, meaning the troops, all the different nations are being gathered. Listen again.
According to the United States-led military coalition in the country. International forces, U.S. and other international forces, slightly wounding at least 2 people, according to the United States-led military coalition in the country.
All right. There it is. Okay. Hey, we're just keeping up day by day. All right. Waiting for something significant to jump off. Barrage of rockets fired at air base housing U.S. troops in Iraq. All right, Secret Files 333, June 7th, yesterday. All right, I believe today is the 8th. If I'm not mistaken, hold on, is it the 7th or the 8th? Today's the 7th, so this is today. It was an hour ago, I guess. So, hey, one day at a time. All right, let's get a couple of precepts and we'll go ahead and close out. Let's get rumors. Okay. Let's get rumors. All right, and ye shall hear of. This is Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars, plural, and rumors of wars. All right. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. Let's look closer at this. You shall hear of wars and rumors of war. Wars and threats. but don't panic. Wars and rumors of wars. It is going to happen that you are going to hear battles and reports of wars. Wars and threats of wars. You're going to hear the noise of battles close by and the news of battles far away. And you will begin to hear wars and reports. Rumors, reports. Okay? And reports of wars. All right, and that's what we're reporting. We're hearing of wars. We're seeing it jump off before our face. All right? And we're watching the troops be gathered into the valley of Jehoshaphat or Yehoshaphat. All right? Let's get Zephaniah and close it out. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right? I have decided to assemble the nations together, the kingdoms, and pour out my wrath on them. To gather the nations, to assemble the kingdoms, my determination, my decision, the valley of decision. For my decision, all right, what is the decision? To gather the nations, to assemble them, to pour out my anger upon them. Let's go back to Joel real quick. Decision. Joel 3 and 14. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. It's his decision, his determination. This is where he's going to kill all these people for what they did to his people. Why? I will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them for my people and my heritage. What does that mean? There I will put them on trial for what they did to my people, Israel. What did they do? They scattered them and stole their land and divided them up among themselves. I will judge them for harming my people. I will enter into judgment with them on behalf of my people. I will plead with them. Enter into judgment. There I will deal with them. Enter into judgment. I will execute judgment. There shall I judge with them. Most High is the judge. There I will judge them for all they have done to my people. That's pretty plain. I will set out my case. There's a trial going on. Execute judgment. All right? So, hey, this is your World War III. The judgment is coming. We're in the time of great judgment. Keep your eyes open. Stay on your watch. All right? Stay prayed up, as they say. We hope that the elect were edified, and with that, shalom.